Hello, Hero of Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Walmart exclusive retro carded Marvel 85th Anniversary Marvel Legends Venom and the Marvel Legends Warlord Professor X. I got these in from Walmart, and I already took them out of packaging. If you want to see them in packaging, make sure you click the card above one of the sides, I can't remember which, where I went over my initial thoughts of these figures. But today we're going to be taking a look at the photos I took and my final thoughts on everything with these figures and my overall ranking or rating for them. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, getting into these figures, let's start off with Venom. This is, of course, built off of the Omega Red body, which we saw used for Venom both as a retro animated figure and later on in a 3-pack where he got a new head and they added some tendrils to the previous Omega Red holes. But this time around, he has a new torso sculpt, and it's not just the same sculpt, but with filled in holes. It has a new articulation scheme, and it's even bulkier. I would say the previous Venom built off of this base was more flat, while this one has more roundness to his actual, like, I would say chest and abdomen area. The new torso articulation in general is very nice. It does allow for some great posing, and I would say gets just a little bit more range than the previous releases. I did have the animated version of this Venom, but I have since sold it, but I still have the 3-pack, and that has been my definitive Venom for a bit. We'll see. I think this one has probably taken its place, in all honesty. It's really won me over. He is big and bulky and imposing. I had a good time posing him with my Spider-Man figure, and it just has a really good look for Venom. The new head in particular is very nice. It's very menacing. It's got that kind of scowl, angry kind of look, even though it's the big white bright eyes. I like the sculpting to the lips and teeth. It reminds me of a comic image that's literally just this head but on a black background, so it looks like he's blending in from the shadows in a sense. And yes, it's still on a body with pins. That is kind of unavoidable. In some cases, the limbs are reused, but it's not too bad. Like, I can see the knees maybe warping over time, but it's still a very sturdy, bulky figure. And yeah, it's a great Venom. If you were able to get your hands on this, I could see this being a lot of people's definitive Venom. Again, it might be mine. I'm thinking about doing a video on all the Venom figures for comics that I have and kind of eliminating one by one which one is my favorite and definitive Venom. So that's all the good. The bad is the reuse of the older head sculpt. It does include the head sculpt from the 3-pack. It's still a good sculpt, but I would have liked to have seen something a little different. We've had a lot of really good Venom head sculpts since Hasbro has taken over and done some good Venom figures. I just would have liked to have seen something new to go along with this new figure. I know we did get the new head sculpt. I just would have liked to seen a different sculpt instead of just a straight reused one, if that makes any sense. Aside from that, I don't have a lot of flaws with this figure or things that I think are negatives. I haven't had any real paint chipping with the articulation and the torso region. You know, I don't mind the pins as much. Maybe the squares on the back of the hands could have been a bit bigger. That white little trapezoid or square or whatever it's meant to be, it could have been a bit bigger, but it doesn't really bother me. If anything, I might be able to steal the 3-pack hands. But otherwise, it is a fantastic Venom figure. I'm going to give him an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. It could very easily be the definitive Venom for people. I think it's a fantastic update to what we've seen before. So, like, yes, it's reusing a lot, but it's still bringing a lot of new to the table. So I think there's a lot to enjoy with this Venom. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Warlord Professor X. Now, for starters, I'm going to say I don't have a lot of connection to this look and era of X-Men, mostly because I haven't read it yet. X-Men is on the docket for me to read soon. I'm currently reading Wolverine, but X-Men is going to be my next big read through once I'm done with Wolverine. So eventually I will get to this actual storyline, and I will have my preference of what colors for this costume I actually enjoy, because there's always the debate of, is it purple and gold or is it blue and silver? It depends on the interior art and the cover in which you want to go with. So I don't have any horse in that race. I just think this is a cool variant to go with my Lalandra figure. So what is good about this figure? Well, the paint is very crisp. The bodysuit, as it's intended to be, looks great. I mean, it's a simple black, but it's got the line work as, I don't know, maybe color detailing of the costume. I'm not 100% sure. And then the armor plating that's attached to the cape has a bit of a blue paint job that's supposed to emulate like a metallic sheen, and it comes across pretty nice. I wasn't sure how much I would enjoy it in hand before getting it in hand, but once I did, it's pretty nice. I like it. It's not something I want to see on all figures that have metal or armor bits going forward, but on this figure, I think it works. The cape itself is a bit more stiff. It doesn't have a lot of give to it, while the armor does have a bit of give when you go to like raise the arms and pose them around a little bit, but it's still very restrictive. But you're also not going to be getting this figure into a lot of poses. Like, I was looking up images of this on Google, and it's a lot of stoic, standing, maybe even flying poses. And that's what I tried to emulate with this figure in pictures. And with that, once you get him in poses, he does have a presence. You can feel like maybe intimidated, or maybe this is a bit more of a meaner Professor X. My only real bad about this figure is the unmasked head. While yes, it is using the photoreal deco, it does come across as a little creepy in its expression. I get what they were going for, but in hand it is just not overall great. I do appreciate the effort. He also came with some relaxed hands, I forgot to mention that, and a set of fists. Both are fine. I can get poses with either. You know, he can do the mental poses with the hands, and fists are decent if you wanted to get him into fighting or more serious situations. I would say my only other complaint with this figure is you just don't feel like it's a dynamic action figure. You know, he looks very royal, very regal. He doesn't look like he's going to be getting down and dirty like, say, the Venom that's in this video. But that's not a super bad thing in regards to this figure. I'm not going to mark him off too much for that. But overall, it is a decent figure that serves its purpose in representing this costume. It has everything you could probably ask for aside from a different color scheme. And I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And a 7 out of 10 for me is like average. It's good. It does exactly what I want it to. It doesn't give any more or any less. So it's just a good figure, an enjoyable figure, and I'm happy to have it. I don't regret the purchase at all. And now to finish out this video, I'm going to kick it over to me, and we're going to talk about, do these figures have the fun factor? Alright, to wrap up this video, we're going to do my new segment in Does It Have Fun Factor? What is fun factor? It's that indescribable feeling of when you pose an action figure and it is just naturally easy to pose and have fun with. It's oftentimes can be a desk figure, which is a whole other term in collecting that, we could discuss, but for everybody it's different. And for me, it's when they just kind of come together, they come to life in a sense. And so let's talk about it. Does Professor X have fun factor? I'd say no. I don't really think this look warrants fun factor, and it's kind of not difficult, but it's more work to find that really good pose for him. And therefore, while it's not a bad figure, it doesn't have that fun factor. While Venom here, he's got fun factor. all the articulation and the look and the accessories just kind of all come together to really bring an intimidating, good-looking Venom it just comes to life, like I said, and I would say he has plenty of fun factor. So, do you agree with all of that? Did you enjoy this video? Make sure you leave a like if you did. Make sure you go comment your thoughts down below, and that you are subscribed to my channel because I'm still working on cranking out videos all the time. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.